Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kayla. I make videos all about DIY projects. Today what we are going to do is I'm going to show you how I make my oval tubs, and I'm also going to do it in a nice marble color. All right, now let's jump into it.
Okay, so these are the supplies that you're going to need. First, you're going to want to get some concrete. I use cement all. You can get the 55-pound or the 25-pound. It's up to you. You can get this at Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever home goods store is near you. And then I also use acrylic paint to color the concrete. I do recommend not using satin, just a basic acrylic paint. Now for my water, I put it in orange juice jugs and other jugs to help with pouring. All of my molds I get on Amazon. I'll have those links in the description box below. Definitely going to want cups for your concrete and a stirring stick as well. The stirring stick I get from Home Depot. You can get them free in the paint section. Now for the concrete sealer, I use polyacrylic. Now it is a UV coat. I have found that it works great, gives a nice glossy finish, and I have burned my candles with it, and there's no resistance with the heat. Now with applying the concrete sealer, I use foam brushes, and this works really well to get it completely over the concrete. Ahead and mix our concrete. So I do a 4-to-1 ratio when mixing, 4 parts concrete, 1 part water, and I slowly do add in water because I want to make it a pancake batter-like consistency. Now sometimes you will have to add a little bit more concrete to the mix to make sure you do have enough concrete for the mold. For this specific mold, I usually use about 2 of these cups, 3/4 the way full. So we now have that pancake batter-like consistency. So now we're gonna go ahead and add the paint. Now, when you're adding the paint, add slowly. For the marble, it's a little bit different. You're not gonna completely mix the paint together. You're gonna want to stir while you pour. After you pour the first cup, go ahead and drop the mold onto the table. What this is going to do is it's going to release air bubbles. You can also pat the sides of the mold. You're going to want to do this halfway through, and when you get all of the concrete in there, it'll produce a nice smooth finish instead of a lot of holes in your concrete. Now the reason why I'm doing 2 of the cups at different times is because I don't want the paint sitting in one of the cups too long. So it's okay if you get too much paint on your stick and it's not completely mixed in when you pour. You can go ahead and stir it into the concrete as you're pouring as well. Once you're done, go ahead and drop the mold on the table and pat the sides again to release the air bubbles. You're going to want to let this sit for at least 3 hours before taking it out of the mold. All right, so we are ready to take it out of the mold. So some molds have this plastic piece on the outside and the silicone piece on the inside. Some molds just have silicone. Either way, I do recommend before taking it out, just peeling the sides down a little bit, and this will help release the mold. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and sand our container. I sand the bottoms just because it does come out a little rough, and I use 3 different sanding blocks. You can really use any sanding block, just depends on your preference. I have a sanding block that's for the rough edges, and then I go back in with one to make it a little bit smoother. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put a sealant / clear coat on the container. Now again, I use the polyacrylic, I pour it into these containers just to help with the pouring. Now I use the foam brush with the container. You can leave the container matte, it does look nice, matte as well. I like to put the sealant on there because it helps with if you're gonna put succulents or candles. I would at least put it on the inside and then maybe leave the outside matte if you were deciding to do a matte finish. But for this, I'm going to go ahead and put the sealant on everything. Once you're done, go ahead and let this set for an hour or 2 before putting in a succulent or a candle.
So that is how you make a oval marble container, whether you want to use it for a planter or a candle. I hope that you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe so you can see all my new DIY projects that I post on my channel. And if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments below and I will get back to you. I'll see you in the next video.